In this video, I'm going to demonstrate to you why I think the cable side raise is a far better alternative for shoulder growth than the more commonly used dumbbell alternative. Now, that's not to say I don't think the dumbbell side raise is a good exercise. If you execute it well enough with enough intensity and volume, you will grow big delts. But I just think that you might want to consider the cable as a better alternative, mainly because of the following two reasons. Okay, so number one is the wasted movement at the start of the dumbbell side raise. You've got this kind of first third of movement, first few inches that really there's nothing happening. There's no stimulus on the shoulders because you're using the dumbbells obviously against gravity. So it's not going to kick in till about here because you're only moving those dumbbells laterally. So that's represented by the green zone. And you can experience that sometimes when you do partials, maybe at the end of a set, which I've done before. I never really felt like it was doing much. I had to stop the set more because of grip or general fatigue as opposed to shoulder stimulus. Also with the cable stack, you don't get this. The whole movement is utilized. So there's tension on the shoulder when the arm is resting against the torso. There's tension even if you can bring your arm behind or in front of the torso slightly. That's because the gravitational force obviously acts on the cable stack here as opposed to the actual pulley. So you're able to manipulate these pulleys to suit the angle you want, and you're never affected by gravity, which is why cables sometimes offer a little bit more variety. Secondly, the dumbbell side raises are very, very hard to overload progressively because of the nature of the way dumbbells are set up. Obviously, you've got 1 to 10 kilos, which usually most gyms are in 1 kilo increments. And then from there on, you're probably going to go up in 2 or 2.5k increments. It's very, very hard to load the exercise. You might be able to perform 12 reps at 10 kilos on the lateral raises, but 14 kilos, you can barely get free, without your form dropping considerably. So it's very, very difficult to progressively overload. On the other hand, with a cable stack, you can more easily use mini plates to your advantage. So mini plates typically are 0.25 or 0.5 kilos. Very easy to overload because you can just pop the mini plate on the pin and then you can go up in very small increments until you're strong enough to then go up a full plate. And I understand they do mini plates that are perhaps magnetized that you can go on the dumbbells, but they're definitely a lot less common and probably a lot more expensive and also a lot more fiddly. Some of the dumbbells you might be using might be vinyl, especially a lighter load. So that's my take on why I think the cable side raise is a better alternative to dumbbell side raises.